Hey everyone. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the big ideas for section 9.2, and they're really simple. The first thing we're going to look at are our conditions, because we were looking at a one sample t-test for a mean. And in this particular case, our conditions are exactly the same as what we saw for a confidence interval for a mean. We need to check the randomization condition, the 10% condition, and the large enough condition. And remember, with the large enough condition, there are three different options. You can either use the central limit theorem if your sample is at least 30. You can assume that the sampling distribution is normal if you know that the population is normal. And if you don't know either one of those two things, you need to graph your data and look to see if it's nearly normal. If it is not obviously skewed and there's no outliers, then you can assume that the population is normal, and in turn that your sampling distribution is going to be approximately normal. So our conditions are the same as what we've seen many times before. All right. The second thing we want to look at is the test statistic for our this type of test. So the formula would be this. It's T instead of Z, and then it's our sample, X bar, minus our parameter mu, divided by the standard error, which is the sample standard deviation over the square root of our sample size. And finally, to find your p-value, what you're going to use on your calculator is TCDF. And you're going to give it the lower boundary, which would be the left boundary. Then you give it the right boundary, which is the upper boundary. And you also have to give the degrees of freedom. And this TCDF on your calculator will give you your p-value. Now, one last thing, don't forget to double your p-value if you have a two-tailed test. Okay, so TCDF will only give you one of the two tails. So you want to multiply this by 2 if, okay, you got to remember, if it's a two-tailed test, if the alternative hypothesis says not equal to. And that's it. Those are the big ideas for section 9.2. Hopefully you're understanding this, and hopefully you have a great day.